Hi everybody, I am Eleftherios Argyropoulos, a mathematician, musician and writer. I have published 8 books in the theory of lexarithmos. The 7 of them are written in Hellenic and the 8th is written in English. We will discuss a subject corresponding to the code which is hidden in the Platonic texts. For the readers and friends who want to find out the representation between the numbers and letters, we have made another video, part 1, and they will check the representation and the correspondence of numbers and letters from there. On April of 2010, Professor J. Kennedy from University of Manchester in England found a code in the Platonic texts. This code is based on the number 12. I was very surprised from this discovery, and since I study the codes of Hellenic language and of ancient Hellenic philosophers, I decided to devote some time to analyze this Platonic code. I found remarkable things which have to do with the connection of the number 12 and the stichometry of the Platonic texts as before me J. Kennedy found, and I took all the names of the 36 works or texts of Plato and find all lexarithmi from each one. I would like to say that it is not coincidental that Plato wrote 36 texts. We will analyze the number 36, and we'll have to say that the number 36 is a perfect square, meaning that it is equal to 6 times 6. Also, number 36 is a multiple of 12 because it equals to 3 times 12. Another peculiarity that the number 36 has is that it corresponds to the second tetractys of the Pythagoreans, or the big tetractys. The first tetractys of Pythagoreans is the number 10, or the summation of the numbers 1 plus 2 plus 3 plus 4. The number 36, which is the second or big tetractys of the Pythagoreans, corresponds to the summation of the numbers 1 plus 2 plus 3 plus 4 plus 5 plus 6 plus 7 plus 8. Plato, as a great meta-Pythagorean, selected number 36 not only because it's equal to 3 times 12, because Plato had a great love about number 12 for reasons that we will explain to some lectures, but also because 36 is the second Pythagorean tetractys. Aristotle, another great philosopher, was a student of Plato and also a great meta-Pythagorean. If we take the name Aristotelis, which is the Hellenic expression of Aristotle, and by adding the article omicron and forming the phrase O Aristotelis, Aristotle with its article, then we will receive the number 1294. This number is also the number of the word meta-Pythagoreos, meaning meta-Pythagorean. After this discovery, we have to present another ability of Hellenic language, another possibility to know the events of our past. This is not the only example. There is another great example, and this example has to do with the place that Alexander the Great died, the city of Babylon, and also the cause of Alexander's death. If we write the phrase Alexander the Great dies, we will receive the same number from the phrase the Babylon. In Hellenic, we can say exactly the following isopsephia, but we have to explain what isopsephia is. Lexarithmic isopsephia is an equality between two equal numbers corresponding to letters, to the summation of letters of words or phrases, or a word and phrase. For example, we will write in Hellenic the phrase Omegas Alexandros Apotniski, which translates as follows: Alexander the Great dies. This phrase in Hellenic corresponds to the number 1293. If we write in Hellenic the phrase I Babylon, the Babylon, then we will come exactly to the same number, 1293. So according to lexarithmic theory, these two phrases must be connected to each other. And the connection is remarkable because Alexander the Great died in the city of Babylon. Now, if we write some other phrases, including names and other things, we will come to the conclusion that Hellenic language can go to the past with this ability of lexarithmos, and sending lexarithmos to the past can find out things that we are not able to know and to see. Because, as we know, it is more difficult to travel through time to the past than to the future. Because if we want to go back to time, we have to exceed the speed of light. And if we want to go into the future, then we must approach the speed of light. And according to the theory of relativity, we cannot exceed the speed of light. So we must do some other things to achieve time travel to the past. But our subject is not traveling back to time, but it is to analyze the names of the Platonic texts. We can see here on page 137 of my book that the names of the 36 works of Plato have a remarkable peculiarity. The summation of all names of the 36 Platonic texts concerning its lexarithmy, they create the number 28,020. Now, if we add the numbers 2 plus 8 plus 0 plus 2 plus 0, we will receive again the key number, the mystical number of Plato, the number 12. As we said, the number 36 is a multiple of 12 because it is equal to 3 times 12. Now we see that the number 28,020 is also another multiple of 12. If we divide this number by 12, we will receive the number 2,335. Indeed, 2,335 times 12 equals to 28,020. Can all these things be coincidental? This is a question. This is a serious question, and many other questions, hundreds of questions, can be extracted from isopsephias inside my book. We must be serious and try to analyze and evaluate the probability of all these things to be coincidental, even though we have reported very few of them. But in many lectures we will analyze all Platonic texts one after another, and we will show remarkable new discoveries which prove that lexarithmos has the ability to know things that we cannot even imagine. We must come to the conclusion that Hellenic language is mathematical, musical, and also has alphanumeric intelligence. Here is my third CD, musical CD production called Pythagoras, and it is based in the theory of the harmony of spheres. Music that I was composing before 2005 and ending to the year 2005, and this is my first in 1994 marathon runner, and the cover has me some years ago when I was running marathons and ultra marathons. Thank you for attending.